Okay, question 20 says a 30 kilogram bag of fertilizer is labeled 15, 20, and 10. This means that it contains 15% nitrogen, 20% phosphorus, and 10% potassium by weight. Now, if you did the quick math there, you realize that's only 45%, so that must mean 55% is, I have no idea. How many kilograms of nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium are in the bag? Well, you're looking at it, you're going, hold on, this is a question about ratios, and I don't see a ratio here at all. But up here at the 15%, there is actually a ratio right there, 15%. It means that our part to whole, and we know the part to whole ratios are actually percent, so we have 15 parts nitrogen for every 100 parts of everything. So we have 100 parts of everything, 15 parts are going to be nitrogen. There is a ratio right there. And it says that's a 30 kilogram bag. So what do I know? Well, I know that my whole bag is 30 kilograms. So look at that. I've set up a equivalent ratios in order for me to figure out what goes here. So I can look at this and say, well, how do I get 100 down to 30? That's not easy. But if I divide by 10, let's use this again. Let's take this here and move this over a bit. And I'll kind of create this new one. If I divide top and bottom by 10, 15 divided by 10 is 1.5. We know we just moved the decimal. And 100 divided by 10 is 10. Now, if I look at this equivalent ratio, I'm like, well, this red one's much easier to get to 30 because all I have to do is multiply it by 3 and multiply it by 3, and I realize I get 14 or 4.5, excuse me, which is kilograms. So the first one is how many kilograms are nitrogen? Well, the answer is 4.5 kilograms are nitrogen. Let's do that again. This is kind of fun. So let's use the same sense again. So we have our part to whole. We're going to erase all this stuff here. And we're going to figure out about phosphorus. So it's 20% phosphorus. So 20 parts out of 100 total are phosphorus, this one here. And we can use our reasoning to say, okay, out of a 30 kilogram bag, I'll put it over here. How do we get there again? Well, we divided it by 10. We divide it by 10. I get 2 parts for every 10. So for every 10 kilograms in the bag, 2 kilograms are going to be phosphorus. And again, if I use this, I can then multiply it by 3 and multiply it by 3 to get 6 kilograms is phosphorus. So I can write that up here. 6 kilograms is phosphorus. I can't even spell phosphorus. Okay, look, it's right next to me. I'm too lazy to look at it. I spelled it wrong. Oh well. Don't tell Mrs. Mendoza I can't spell. And the last one is 10%. So we have 10 out of 100, right? There's our 10% is equal to, oh, I'll leave it over here blank, out of 30 kilograms. So again, I'm going to divide this by 10 and divide this by 10. An equivalent ratio is 1 to 10. And we all know that if we multiply by 3, we get 3. So what does that mean? That means that 3 kilograms out of the 30 kilogram bag, 3 kilograms will be potassium. Potassium. I'm going to cheat this time and look at it. Potassium. And there's the answer to question 20, and we use proportional reasoning. So just remember, if you are given a question like this again where it gives you percentages, you will always be able to create a part to whole ratio. And if it asks you something like this, remember you can do a little intermediate step here to help you with your answers to your question.